90% of the time I say I hate high school and I hate coming to school every day and stuff like that, but I'm gonna admit something. It's gonna be that deep down inside, I actually enjoyed my time at Milton District and I actually liked coming to school. And it's just because I've met so many new people, I've made so many new memories and moments that I'm going to cherish for the rest of my life. And I know looking back, I'm not going to forget my time in Milton District and how amazing it was.
Can you imagine when this race is won? Turn our golden faces into the sun, praising our leaders.
So I think my biggest fear is probably not being successful, because there's always that fear that, you know, you've done everything for nothing and everything that like you've worked for is just, you know, led to nothing. So
my favorite memory of school would have to be leading at Wilderness North, and one thing that I want to say that I haven't said would probably just be thank you to everyone for making my high school years amazing.
I don't really know what to say, but I wish I wasn't such a judgmental person.
Hey guys, it's Moody. My greatest fear is really losing touch with my childhood and all my friends I've made throughout my youth. I just don't want to lose them when I grow up. And what I'd like to admit is really I'm actually a huge Miley Cyrus fan. Just like to say that, get that out there.
I regret not getting to know more of you guys better before we graduate. Like, I feel like I missed out on knowing so many of you.
My biggest fear is losing everything I have. So family, friends, money, that's my biggest fear.
So my biggest fear is not having my best friend Sam Corella by my side next year at university. I've known her since grade 7, and throughout high school we've had like the same courses and the same classes, literally all at the same time, and she's like my other half. So I'm gonna miss her like crazy because we're not going to the same universities, and I'm pretty much just freaking out about whether or not I'll be able to make it without her.
My favorite memory? Kenya. Jumbo. To anyone who knows what it means. My biggest fear? Not living life to the fullest.
Oh, and before I forget, I have to admit one thing, and that is, my girlfriend is the greatest.
I would want others to treat people well.
My biggest fear is definitely snakes. I have always wanted to admit that I've always wanted to try pole dancing. Not for that reason, but for exercise. Anyways, it was so great getting to know all of you guys, and I wish all of you guys the best in your futures. Miss all of you guys. Bye!
My biggest fear would have to be disappointing my parents.
My biggest fear is sloths. No! Yes, I've had nightmares of them. My biggest fear is myself. You've always wanted to admit that we hate being sober.
my biggest fear is not making the right decisions. And one thing that I always wanted to admit was that I care way too much what people think about me.
So my biggest fear is open staircases. I know that's really random, but they actually terrify me.
My biggest fear is snakes and the hairdressers. My favorite memory was going to Africa with the school in grade 11.
My biggest fears are medical stuff, feet, clowns, tornadoes, change, and pregnant ladies' bellies. My favorite memory at MD was going to New Jersey with the school.
My favorite memory of MD is Miss Mrs. Class 2012. Fun time. My biggest fear is losing some friends.
My biggest fear would be losing the closest people around me. That'd make me really sad.
Hey, it's Rena. So my biggest fear would definitely have to be I love Yahoo Answers, and I usually ask questions, and my biggest fear would definitely be someone finding out it's me asking those embarrassing questions.
My biggest fear is growing up too fast. I think it's important to make the days count and not to count the days.
I'm proud of my accomplishments this year.
One thing that I wanted to say to everybody is, despite how much we all hark on how much we hate high school and how much, we've been through the good times and the bad times, I think I would not change the experience for anything. And side note, kind of sorry for punching Taylor McVeigh in the face, but stuff happens, we get over it.
I'm afraid of getting caught up in the fun times at university.
My biggest fear is definitely spiders. My favorite memory is going to Africa.
My biggest fear is to run over someone in the parking lot. My favorite memory is seeing Jamie Doherty booty popping for the first time.
So my confession is to Santa because I actually lied to her this year. I told her that my mom had spilled something on her novel because I borrowed it once, and I told her that my mom spilled something and I cleaned it up and everything, but my dog actually peed on her novel. I just didn't tell you, so don't kill me, but yeah, that's my confession. My biggest fear is plugging something into an electrical outlet because in grade 4 I watched this video of a girl plugging something in and she got shocked and she died, and ever since that day I can't plug anything in. I will be traumatized. I have to plug anything in.
My biggest fear is probably failing in life and disappointing my parents. Yeah, that's my biggest fear. What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is growing up. Don't really want to grow up.
Someone wants to remain 6 years old for the rest of their life.
I would love to do that.
I failed my G2 6 times, not once. I didn't tell anyone because it's really embarrassing and I cannot drive for my life. But yeah, I got it now and that's all that matters.
Well, back in grade 9, I clogged one of the washrooms in the school and water went all over the floor and stuff, and I got called into the office and I told them Norman did it. So, sorry Norman.
The grade 9 dance I did with my girls, Rena and Priya, in grade 9 for gym. That was really fun. My biggest fear is having nowhere to go next year because I really want to get into a university. And something I would like to admit or say to all the people that knew me in grade 9 and 10, teachers, students, everyone, my friends, I apologize on my behalf for the way I acted.
So I feel like I've been put down and judged so many times within the 4 years of high school, and I just hope that certain people just learn and realize that that's not how you treat people, and that everyone has feeling we're all equal, we're all the same. So yeah, I just hope everyone learns and realizes that.
My biggest fear would have to be being forgotten. No one wants to be forgotten. After you worked for certain things really hard, you don't want people to forget the experiences that you went through. You don't really want to be forgotten. How about I'm not forgotten? It was really cool hanging with everyone. It was really interesting getting to know everyone over the past 4 years, seeing everyone mature, getting to know people that become your friends, people that have come to inspire you, found out people that you don't like. Thank you to you too. Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool.
My favorite memory would be going to New York with MD last year.
Okay, my favorite memory at MD would be my lunches.
Yeah. Okay, my favorite memory at MD is going to Milton North.
My favorite memory at MD would probably have to be just meeting all the amazing people that I've met over the 4 years.
My favorite memory about MD is going to Wilderness North in grade 10.
My favorite memory at MD would probably have to be being on the 18 because we did a bunch of fun stuff with just a couple of grade 12s, so it was really cool.
My favorite memory at MD was going to Camp Wanakita with my grade 11 outdoor ed class.
My favorite high school memory would probably have to be going to so many Halton championships.
Greatest memory at MD has to be winning Wanakita with Walker. Great times, buddy. Love ya.
My favorite high school memory is dropping grade 12 chemistry.
My favorite memory is meeting my ginger sisters, Lexi and Alex, because if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be graduating. And yeah, love them both.
My favorite memory was winning the varsity hockey championships last year in front of the entire school.
My favorite memory was getting to know Josiah.
favorite memory in MD is meeting Mr. Charles.
My favorite memory at MD was meeting new people.
My most prideful experience at Milton District was going to Wilderness North in grade 10.
My favorite experience at MD was probably Writer's Craft. Writer's Craft was awesome. Also Mr. Jones, he was the man.
Outdoors!
My favorite memory at Milton District High School was meeting all the great friends that I have.
My greatest memory in high school was grade 11 drama.
Funny.
We love MD because we got to run and skate.
I love MD because of last year's photo race.
My favorite memory is going to Algonquin.
My favorite memory is playing soccer with my friends at MD.
My favorite memory at MD, it would have to be the Europe trip I did in grade 11.
Winning the Holden Championships for basketball in grade 11. My favorite memory is being in student
And my favorite memory was playing soccer at MD. My favorite memory at MD was when I won the Rugby MVP award.
My favorite memory at MD is getting 25th place in the bridge building competition. I was really proud of my work, and yeah.
My favorite memory at MD is probably semi. It was really fun.
Well, I guess my best memory would be in conflict when I finally managed to get that one project done.
My favorite memory is being a leader at Wilderness North.
So my favorite memory at MD was going to OFSA for club.
My favorite memory at MD was Wilderness North.
My favorite memory at MD is placing 5th at OFSA volleyball.
3.
One thing I'd like to admit is that I use the handicap bathroom and tech hall all the time. My biggest fear is losing touch with the boys after high school. My favorite memory at MD is making all these games.
My favorite memory at MD was when I was in grade 9 and I saw my name on the people that made the soccer team.
Okay, so my favorite memory of MD was grade 9 when I broke my nose.
About all of their business.
So my favorite memory would be going to the Dominican Republic on a humanitarian trip with Miss Gleason and a couple other students who have already graduated.
My favorite memory would probably be the Airhead concert. Ooh, yeah!
My favorite MD chess memory is playing varsity hockey in the league championship.
Starting the weight club.
My favorite memory of Milton District is when I first heard of Jose.
Meeting Sydney.
MD's finest, ladies and gentlemen.
My name is Northern.
Jordan.
Mustang.
My favorite memory at MD was going on 2 trips with my best friends.
My favorite memory of MD is working in the manufacturing shop.
My favorite memory at MD was the Wilderness Snark Leaders. Working in the auto shop, my favorite memory.
My biggest fear is losing my family, especially my little sister.
True.
My favorite memory is meeting all the friends that I have now.
My favorite memory of high school would be when we went to Wilderness North. Yep. We were goofy. It was a good time.
It's the oldest story in the world. One day you're 17 and planning for someday, and then quietly and without you ever really noticing, someday is today, and then someday is yesterday, and this is your life.
I saw graved up by a preacher just to see what it would make. So hold high, have faith, your reason. Don't you forget